normal? If you knew my story, my heaven and my hell, if you knew my story, you'd have a good story to tell. Let me pose a question. What is normal? Is it normal to not remember anything? To have a foggy memory of only remnants of your childhood? Is it normal that you can't bring friends home for fear of upsetting Daddy? Is it normal to see Daddy calling Mommy names? Spitting, pushing, breaking, throwing, and threatening? What is normal about seeing a police officer at your door, arresting your father and charging him with assault 3 at age 9? Not being able to take vacations with him because he causes scenes. Not being able to go out with him because he causes scenes. Not being able to interact with him because he causes scenes. Getting so overwhelmed, I locked myself in my room, crying my eyes out, repeating a poster I had on my walls because that was the only thing I could hold on to. Always worried, always angry, always scared. Turning to music to drown out the feelings, treating home like a disease you shouldn't talk about to anyone, escaping to Beauty and the Beast. Joining a theater family, awkward, closed off, and alone. Every day going home to more anger, more pain. Getting yelled at continuously by my father because I wouldn't stay out of it. The next morning before he started drinking again, "I'm sorry, I love you so much." Watching him hurt himself because he was drinking too much. Being my mom's confidant because she was even more isolated than me. Learning she finds water bottles filled with vodka hidden. Learning he cheated on her with a coworker. Learning, truly learning, he was not to be trusted anymore. Sophomore year was the year I distanced myself, escaping to Fiddler on the Roof. But all good things must come to an end. Each time he asked forgiveness, I forgave him less, and each time I forgave him less, I didn't forgive him at all. Damn, you're such a... And then it was the end of Fiddler, and it was senior ceremony, and I was not crying at all. And suddenly I'm in a group hug, and suddenly I'm feeling emotional, and suddenly I feel loved. And I thought everything would be okay. I played music for my family on weekends, putting specific songs on the cue, trying to tell him how I felt, while he just sang to Taylor Swift. You could write a book on how to ruin someone's perfect day. Well, I get so confused and frustrated, forget what I'm trying to say. Whoa, I'm sick and tired of your reasons. I got no one to believe in. You tell me that you love me, then cut me down. And I need you like a heartbeat, but you know you've got a mean streak. It makes me run for cover when you're around. Here's to you and your temper. Yes, I remember what you said last night. And I know that you see what you're doing to me. Tell me why. Living a roller coaster of him detoxing and relapsing. Hiding the drinking and finding out all over again. I've resigned myself to the role of the pessimist. He's never going to listen. He's never going to get better. He's never going to care about us. The word divorce had been thrown around here and there. Anything I try to do makes things worse. My mom makes me and my sister go to counseling. We learn she is seriously depressed. My father gets worse, falling asleep and forgetting things. My dad moves to an apartment as I start Sister Act. Because he lived somewhere else now, we had the ability to say no. The theater community helps improve my mental state. I've learned I need to try to work through what I feel. We perform Sister Act at this con, but all good things must come to an end. My mother files for legal separation. We change the locks. One day in the car, I sing to my sister. The world's not perfect, but it's not that bad if we got each other and it's all we have. I will be your sister and I'll hold your hand. You should know I'll be there for you when the world's not perfect, when the world's not kind. If we got each other, then we both be fine. I will be your sister and I'll hold your hand. You should know I'll be there for you. Kairos comes and goes and I open myself up. It's a great experience, but it's not life-changing. Every time I come home, there's a new update on the divorce. It was inevitable. I just wished my mom would have seen it sooner. My dad informs my mom it is not worth his time to visit us. The divorce drags on as my dad is adamant on not cooperating. Senior year starts. All summer I had my eye on getting a lead role. Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Auditions came and went, and I got ensemble for the 4th year. Feeling betrayed and upset by the club which felt like home, something I could trust, somewhere I could escape to. I was the president of the drama club, but be careful what you wish for. As I was pulled aside more and more about my attitude, I became bitterer and bitterer. Boiling, marinating, steaming in anger at everything. I hadn't seen my father in weeks. Then out of the blue, he visits for breakfast. After 2 hours of one of the more pleasant visits, all good things must come to an end. He calls my sister broken, and I come to the rescue. Arguing escalates to physical violence. He slapped me. I held back tears until I saw him leave. Then I retreated into my room. After taking a step back from theater and my father, I earned some perspective. Life doesn't end when you don't get what you want. Life doesn't end when you are hit. Life only ends when you decide it does. And I learned that when you are low, there's always someone there to pick you up. And when we were low and needed help, there were people who held out hands. So, is it normal to have a life like I do? Yes, it is. Because abnormality is normal. Thank you.